Okay, so we could do moderation about that good shit. Oh, okay. Why does it say rotate device back? So I can't flip. I have to just keep it straight. And oh, I could do a green screen. Cool. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Oh, hi guys. Oh, okay. And then I could do highlights and stuff. Anyway, y'all, I guess I can't like record sideways. That's whack. That's super whack. Um, so I was going to do a live Love Island review for you guys because there I go. Hi. Because I actually had it live. I actually had it recorded, fully recorded and ready to upload to my YouTube a couple days ago, but yeah, I did not have enough storage whatsoever, and it just plummeted from there. So I really wanted to get this video out to you guys though, so I was like, I'm gonna just redo it or whatever, and I'm gonna just do it live so I can upload it directly to YouTube, because yeah, that was some BS, and I spent a lot of time working on that video, so I just hated that for me. Okay, so I'm gonna just probably hop right into it. Um, so overall, if you have or have not seen Love Island season 7, I'm just gonna do a full season breakdown explaining the episodes, what happened, shit like that. Give you guys the winners, give you guys the people I, wanted to win, etc. So, Love Island USA. First of all, for the people that don't know, what is Love Island? Love Island is a dating show. Hi, thank you. Thank you. You know it's Kaylee. What's going on? Felicia, Lagoria. How you doing? How y'all doing? I'm doing my live Love Island review or whatever. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hey y'all. What's going on? Thank you. Oh my god. We got 19 people in here. Hey guys. So why did it green screen? I'm sorry. How are y'all doing? So I'm rolling up right now while I'm just smoking. And I'm going to give y'all the breakdown on what's going on. Hi, Colin. How are y'all? Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Okay. So let's get into Love Island season 7. So I was just gonna do like a breakdown of all the episodes and give y'all my opinion on how I feel. So episode 1, I did include pictures of the people, but y'all, I had a whole video ready to upload and it didn't upload for me, so that sucks. I have heard of Love Island, but I have no idea what it is. If you had to explain it to a kid, how would you do it? Okay, to a kid, I would be real and say Love Island is a competition show. It's a dating show where people couple up, get to know each other, form connections, and possibly get together by the end of the season if it works out. To summarize it in the least, that's like the most brief I could do, honestly. Okay, so episode 1, I did try to include a visual. The ladies and gentlemen, they meet one another, and my first impressions of all the ladies were beautiful. Like, I really liked Shelly, Alandria, Bella, and Huda. Those are pretty much all the ladies, and Yalissa. So they come in first, followed by the guys, which was Austin, Jeremiah, Taylor, Nick, and Ace. These names y'all probably heard before too if you're hip to Love Island, but I'm gonna try my best to give y'all a picture description too, just because I know a lot of people don't watch it and they're gonna be like, who and where are these people? Okay, so basically in that first episode, people are like mingling, and Shelly and Ace actually already knew each other, type of thing. So thank you, I hope I'm saying her name right, Elisa. Thank you, Elisa. Rare Chrissy. No one gives a F. True. That's true. Okay, so the couples couple up, and we have Jeremiah and Huda. They couple up first, and that's like a big couple on just on the internet, period. Like everybody is obsessed with Huda, her headquarters. Thank you. Pray it up. Appreciate it. So Shelly and Ace, and then it was Shelly and Austin, because it's like Love Island's the type of show where it's like, okay, if you have a stronger connection over here, you could steal these people and be like, you know what, I like you better, like, come over here, let's see if we got a connection. Hi, hey y'all, hit the subscribe button. Okay, I'm gonna go live on here more. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, so, and then if you don't know, like, Shelly and Ace had knew each other outside of the villa type thing. So, who else coupled up? Yalissa and Ace, which I don't think Ace liked her. But it was for the sake of the show, I guess. Nick and Bella, that was probably like one of my favorite couples at the very beginning of Love Island, because they were so cute. Like, Bella, loved her. She was real sweet and just timid. She reminded me of my younger self. Thank you. I just pinned it up. I was gonna do a live earlier where I had took my pin curls out and all this stuff, but I ended up going to my girlfriend's house and just pinned my hair up and went to sleep. But thank you. And then we have, okay, Nick and Bella and Taylor and Alandria, which they stir up a lot of excuse me, y'all. A lot of these names, like, you probably heard on, like, I'll say maybe Instagram or Twitter, TikTok. It all depends on your algorithm, because oh God, it all depends on your algorithm. But yeah, that was a couple that was trending really bad too. Okay, my thoughts was I didn't like Shelly with I didn't like Shelly with Austin, because I felt like who said my nails was pretty? I wanted to show y'all how they looked. I didn't feel like that connection was genuine at first. Like, it just didn't seem like they like each other as much. Or I feel like Austin liked Shelly way more than she liked him. And Bella liked Nick way more, and Jeremiah was head over heels for Huda. This is electrolyte. It's like an electrolyte beverage. You get it from Speedway or like the corner store. I drink them sometimes, like after I had a drunk night and stuff like that. But they good too. They kind of good. Okay, episode 2, it wasn't that long. And I do put pictures in here, y'all, just so y'all could kind of have like a visual of like where we at with it. So episode 2, I called the Kissing Challenge. And this is the photo I put for there. Just trying to keep people engaged and intrigued. So, okay, I did say on this episode, Alandria kissing Ace did kind of throw me for a loop. But at the same time, I feel like us as viewers, we was forming these connections of these people so fast. We just was like, no, like, don't be kissing that person and they belong to such and such. Or, you know, we just feel like, I don't know. That kind of made me feel away though when I seen that. But it was only in the first 24 hours. So it's like, what can you really say? You know? So I felt like Ace was trying to make his rounds. Like, he had a lot of, you know, lady friends. He was trying to get to know everybody, and that's the point of like, that's the whole point of Love Island. You gotta explore all your connections. They're very fluid on Love Island too. Like, it's a lot of kissing and stuff like that. It's a lot. Real spicy though. Okay, so new bombshells come in, and that is Sierra and Charlie. So Charlie, I feel like, wasn't that popular on Love Island. He was, but he just wasn't as memorable, I'll say. Sierra was really popular on Love Island. She ends up like coupling up with Nick, and she ends up getting sent home because of like a racial slur she said a while ago, I guess, about like she wanted surgery to have like, you know, hooded eyes or like chinky eyes. Like, she used the word chinky, and I guess they pulled that up and exposed her and got her kicked off before she could even get like properly sent home or whatever, how they do on the show. But I feel like the viewers was just insane this season. Like, they were doing a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So as all the couples are like blindfolded, basically the two new bombshells come in, they kiss everyone that's sitting down. So they also allow the people that are coupled up to kiss people outside of their couples, but then when everyone sits back down, they bring in the new bombshells to kiss everybody. So now everybody's kind of confused and they don't know who kissed who, basically. So the two new bombshells pick two people they want to couple up with. Charlie picked Shelly and Sierra picked Nick because those was like the best two kisses that they had all night. And Bella, who was coupled up with Nick, she was like very heartbroken by that, and you know, just sad because she's like, damn, like he probably having a time in the hideaway or whatever. um so Austin was upset too. He kind of reminded me of myself too, like with just the overthinker shit. Like, I could turn into an overthinker so quick, y'all. Hold on, I'm trying to light this. Give me 1 second. Like, it makes no sense. So in the end, they asked like, are they happy with the people that they're paired up with so far? And none of the ladies stand up, but the guys stand up as if they're not happy with the current couple. So Nick, Ace, Taylor, and Austin stand up. And I guess, I don't know if this was shade or not, but like Huda was like looking at the girls and she was like, oh my God, I hate this for y'all. And like Alindra was like, girl, don't do that. But Huda's feelings get hurt so easily. Like, damn, like, okay, I heard some people that support her are delusional because they was just calling anything and everything bullying. Like, bruh, no, sometimes Huda is very like pouty and just, she could get offended and her feelings hurt so easily. It'd be like, it's irritating. You would just have to really know. If you know, you know. Yeah, so as we go into episode 3, Huda, like, she basically cried about that. And, you know, no one stood up to pair with Charlie, who I believe he had like an Australian accent. Don't quote me, but the couples have a discussion on like what happened prior and who kissed who was interested in who. Austin and Shelly had a conversation on why he stood up, and he stood up because he felt like Shelly had like, she had her nice connection with Austin, but he felt like she had like more connections with probably other people, really Ace, and he didn't want to be in a love triangle with Ace anymore. And Shelly was actually, she was proud of that. Like, she was happy that he stood up and was like, hey, I'm gonna try to explore some other connections, because I feel like he was trying to lock in with Shelly real soon, and Shelly wasn't like returning that energy at all. So Huda talks with Bella, who is very upset that Nick decided to pair with the new bombshell. Well, the Sierra took him to the hideaway. I kept complimenting Alandria, like her outfits, her body was so tea. Her outfits was so tea. She used to like be walking around the villa looking so good. Like, I love how she was on business, honey. Heels on, like she never played. She did not play. Nick and Bella at this point have a conversation that I didn't really pay attention to, but it seemed like low-key, friendship closure type of thing with room for like potential in the end or later on type of thing. Um, where am I? Okay, and Ace and Shelly, they continue to talk. I'm just giving y'all like a brief description of all the episodes, and like there's a bunch of different conversations. And can I pull you for a chat? Can I have a chat? So people are still exploring connections. Ace and Shelly, I kind of wanted them together from the jump because they would just always just joke and laugh, and everything would be so cute with them. Um, so Sierra and Bella both like Nick a lot, and Sierra kind of let it be known after she seen Bella and Nick talking, like, yeah, she is interested in Nick and she does want to explore her connection with him, like straight up. That's how she let it be known. And Bella she made it known that she wasn't that, like, I don't know what word it would be. I guess she didn't give me like she was gonna be pressed to try to be like, okay, let's battle it out for him. Like she was like, she's gonna let him pick for real. But she was hurt. And at this point where we're like, Huda is debating on telling Jeremiah if she has a kid or not. And I believe she ended up telling him, and it was hard for him to accept. Like it took a lot out of him to kind of, it didn't, he accepted it, but he was just like, that was a lot to take in, which I understand. That's reasonable. And she did end up telling him in this episode, because this is the episode where they play like this guessing game and you rearrange everybody's pictures to be like, okay, who do you think is a hoe? Who do you think has, it was just inappropriate questions, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, that kind of played a factor into stuff, because it was a question about the girls, like, oh, who has the most, who has the biggest count or whatever. And I guess Sierra had the largest out the group and Bella only had one, and they both like Nick. So Sierra did feel like, damn, that might play a part in him liking her, I guess, which I don't think it did. Like, they're all adults, everybody's being pretty fluid. I don't think they was being judgy by that point or whatever. So now we're at episode 4, the breakdown of it all. And this is the picture I use for that one. I really wish I could upload my edited video, but storage, no storage. So overall, Huda and Jeremiah were on okay terms after she like talked to him about having a kid, being a mom and stuff like that. They was pretty much like locked in to me. So I did tell y'all that she compared the body count thing with her and Bella, because they're like complete opposites, and she felt like that was gonna hold weight, which I didn't think so. So I was barely paying attention to this episode because I was packing for my trip as well. But they ended up playing this, like, all these games they play when they get these texts, and Islanders meet at the fire pit. All this shit is just freaky. So they play this freaky baseball game where it's like you can put someone at first base, second base, third base, and then home base is kind of like either someone you're coupled up with or someone you probably want to kiss or explore a connection with. So that's how that went. Bella did really good in this challenge. She broke out her shell on this episode to me. Then finally we have 2 new bombshells coming in, Hannah and Amaya. So if you are hip to Love Island, you might know Amaya, or she go by Amaya Papaya. Like, that's what everybody be calling her. And she's awesome. Both of those ladies were cool that came in. And when it was their turn to go, I think Amaya used Jeremiah for her home base, and Huda was so mad. Like, when new bombshells came in, that pissed Huda off. I feel like she started crashing at that point, and she really didn't like no new bombshells that came in for her, but she did not like Amaya. Like, she was on her ass. She was calling her all type of names, to say the least. Thank y'all for subscribing. Keep subscribing. Keep hitting the like button too, y'all. Yeah, I was like a plot twist, because those girls, they came in hot and ready, the new bombshells. Yeah, in that moment I was kind of annoyed with Huda, because it was just like, Anytime anybody else man get twerked on, you cheering it on, you loving it. So don't act like that. So Bella is back head over heels for Nick, as Nick like kind of plays both sides with Sierra and her. And not necessarily both sides, because this was like clearly still early on, I guess. So we move right along. Episode 5. So like Love Island was a lot for me to just keep up with and keep watching and review. Episode 5 was like a sunset episode where I don't know who these people are. This was my first season watching Love Island, but I believe it was like either, okay, the host Ariana Madix, and she was with another host or probably somebody from a previous season, something like that, and they sit down and like talk about the episodes type shit. So I skipped those. I didn't really write a review on that. So we're gonna move right along to episode 6, which I titled that Back to the Nitty Gritty, and we are gonna have an elimination on this episode. This is the photo I used for that one. Okay, so Huda was checking Jeremiah about Amaya and their kiss and their situation at the beginning of this episode. Like she was still pressed about the baseball challenge type thing. And Taylor lets Alandria know that Nick is 50-50 when it comes to Bella and Sierra. The moment he said he was 50-50, I kind of feel like I knew who he was going to pick, honestly. So gossip arises with the guys, and it's Nick, Taylor, and Ace. And Nick is like probably the biggest player in the house at this point, and Ace is runner-up. That's how I feel at this point. All the ladies chat, and they get a better understanding of the new bombshell ladies that come in. Amaya and Austin are like becoming a thing, meditating, vibing together. They do a lot of cute little dates, breakfast dates around the house. Like all the guys usually make breakfast in the morning for the ladies and shit like that. And I found that really cute because usually the roles is reversed. So I like that that was like a low-key requirement for the dudes to make breakfast. Charlie and Hannah were hitting it off, and I feel like that was kind of awkward because they just weren't that interested in me. Okay, I did feel like Nick was giving me piece of shit vibes at the beginning because he knew how Bella felt about him. Like I feel like, but at the same time, I feel like she would feel very deeply and strongly about anybody, like especially someone who has only been like intimate with one person. Like I feel like she could probably feel that with anybody. So I understand why he probably kind of eased back off her in a way. So now it is time for the recoupling, and basically this time we're asking the guys, are they happy in the couples or the relationships that they're in with the ladies? And if you are not, you stand up. So the couples that were still happy was Jeremiah and Huda, Taylor and Alandria, Charlie and Hannah, Austin and Shelly, which I did not believe that. Ace and Amaya both happy. I was like, bitch, what? Because Ace swear he didn't like her. But and then Nick and Sierra both happy. So that means Bella got sent home. And I'm going to pull up her picture. I'm going to zoom in on her so I can see her. Bella is in the blue dress. That's the girl that got sent home around this episode. And that was really sad because like she kind of reminded me of myself. She had this 888 necklace, and she just said she trusts God's plan. And you know, she wasn't really upset. She was sad that she got sent home and that she wasn't picked, but like she was just like, hey, we here to find love. I didn't build a strong connection. It is what it is. Okay, the next episodes are 7 and 8 that I titled Question and Shit / The Love Triangle, because this was like the biggest love triangle. And this is Shelly, Ace, and Amaya. And this was like it was not the biggest love triangle on Love Island, but it's kind of like the first one early on. Then another one was with Shelly and Ace and Austin. So Amaya thought the feelings were mutual with Ace because she was like on cloud 9. She said he was giving player vibes, like he was playing her, because Ace had told Amaya like, yeah, he's still open to exploring all his other connections. He don't want to lock in with nobody. He didn't like that she was calling him babe and shit like that. But it's like Amaya is Dominican, and you know, I feel like it depends on the culture, but babe and baby, that is like just normal words and normal like talking language. It's like saying home you're, you know. So I understood where she was coming from, but I also understood where he was coming from too. Like he probably was like, chill out, you know, because he claimed to be a slow burner. So I don't know, but she was upset about that because she really liked Ace, and I just took that as he didn't really like her, because that don't bother you that bad. That's just what I thought. So Sierra finds out that Nick was being player majority of the time that Bella was still there, because when Bella left, or before she left, I guess they had like a conversation. They shared an intimate kiss, and Sierra was like pissed because she had kissed Nick right after that, for real. And we are at the point where Alandria wasn't feeling as secure and confident with Taylor, because Taylor wasn't doing them cute gestures for her, for real, like trying to do dates, trying to, you know, give her more and reassure her that he still, you know, really like her. And, you know, he apologizes or whatever. And Ace continued to like decline Amaya in this episode, and it was really sad. And Shelly was making breakfast for Austin, but she also offered Ace some pancakes too. And I think that made Austin feel a little way. And Austin had set up a yoga day for Shelly, but Amaya was like trying to talk to Shelly at this point because she was hurt. Like she was like, okay, what's going on? Like you and Ace, y'all got a deep connection. He just chewed me out. What's going on? Because I liked him. I thought he liked me, whatever. And Ace ended up canceling the yoga date because Amaya was hella upset. Like she was crying and shit to Shelly, and I don't think Shelly never came downstairs for the yoga date. So the yoga date never happened. Ace and Amaya go have a talk, and Ace just continues to keep reiterating like, I'm not on that with you. Like we're cool, we're gonna be friends type shit. And at this point I thought Amaya was a little crazy because this was maybe her second or third episode, and I was just like, she's a tweaker for real. Like she was going off on him. Granted, he needed that because I feel like in the villa they was playing with her, like trying to make it seem like she was too extra early on, and I ain't like that shit. So, you know, Ace apologized to Shelly, and he wants to spend more time with her, and she wants that too. And that's why I used the love triangle picture here. And Jeremiah was mad. Huda had a conversation with Ace, which the episode was not that deep. I mean, the conversation they had wasn't that deep for him to be mad. Like him and Huda, they low key was perfect for each other. Like they both used to just tweak about silly shit. Like, okay, you did this, you did, like it was no resolution with them. I was sick of them. Episode 9 is the dominatrix episode, which I used this picture because we were getting more of like that Shelly and Ace connection, and I inserted the picture of the ladies, how they looked, along with the new bombshell, I believe, Iris. Okay, so let's get right into this episode. So Ace goes to sleep in the bungalow room or something like that, literally so he doesn't have to sleep with Amaya, because on Love Island you sleep in the same bed as your couple, as the person you're coupled up with, and all the islanders sleep in the same room. There's like 6 or 7 beds that fit 2 people each, all in one room. Just remember that. So, and sometimes you could sleep like in other areas of the villa. So he went to go sleep in a whole different, outside basically. He slept outside so he wouldn't have to sleep with her. And I was just like, damn, that's rude. Like that was fucked up. So Austin, the next morning, Austin asks Ace like, who you making hibachi for? And he was like, Shelly. And Austin was like, aw. But Austin did not fuck with that because he tried to hurry up and take Shelly breakfast in the morning or whatever. And Shelly was like, yikes. I, in this episode, started to love like how much Nick was supportive of Ace and all his gestures towards Shelly. And I realized like Nick was just supportive of a lot of the people that he was cool with in the villa and shit that they did. They all were supportive of each other. I fucked with that. Like even Taylor had Ace host what was it, a dance class, because he's a dance instructor, and he wanted to show Alandria that he fucked with her. So he was like, okay, set us up a little dance class or whatever. And that was cute. So the girls get a text. I forgot which girl it was, but they're all getting ready for the lace and leather party tonight to have some spicy fun. So the ladies get ready, the guys get ready. Everyone gets ready, y'all, for the leather party, basically. My bad, y'all. How are y'all doing? Are y'all good in here? Let me know if I'm reading too slow or what, because I'm like in the midst of smoking and everything. I don't want to be getting too lazy. Okay. So during the challenge, okay, Queen. This ain't the platform for that. Is this spam? Like, at this point, y'all are spamming. Stop playing with me. Hit the like button. That's what you can see. Or you can see your way out. You can sashay away. You can sashay away. No shade. Okay. So during the challenge, I feel like Nick and Sierra was like hella spicy. Huda was hot during the challenge. Alandria, child, I'm cut the air on. Shit. I'm baking in this motherfucker. Okay. Alandria was fire. It was funny when Taylor broke out them cuffs looking at plum food like, stop playing, dude. Okay. Ace wasn't even looking at Amaya when it was her turn to do the challenge. I was just feeling so bad for Amaya at this point. Two new guys walk in as the guys are facing the other way and only the ladies can see. So it's like a thing where everyone is tied up. The ladies are on this side, the guys are on the other side. So they got the side facing the wall with the dudes, and the ladies are seeing the two new bombshells come in, which is Pepe and Jalen. So Jalen is, I believe, a truck driver. He's like a countryman type of dude, like Alandria would go for. And Pepe is from Spain. He was super hot, retired hooper, and he had ran like a children's program, like an after school program and stuff. I thought that was dope. So they come in, they take their pics, they kiss all the ladies, and you know, he says he's ready for Hannah and Sierra. Pepe says that, and Jalen says he came for Alandria. So they turn the guys away, and finally they bring in a new bombshell, which was a lady, Iris, and she did not come to play nice. So she was looking at Jeremiah and Nick so far, and she kisses all the guys. And when she kissed Jeremiah, Huda was like, bitch, back off my man, whatever she said. And yeah, that was that episode, and that was the Dominatrix episode. That was number 9, I think. I'm trying to fix the picture. I could kind of put the pictures on the green screen in the back, I guess. I just don't want to. How far does it even scroll? Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna just put a Love Island general picture type shit. These one. I'm gonna just put this in the background. Is that cool for y'all? That look cool. Okay. So episode 10, I titled Hot and Spicy. So the people get to know the new bombshells, and Huda is pissed early on. Like, that was always Huda though. So Pepe is interested in talking with Hannah. Iris grabs Nick for a chat. And Sierra, she wanted to know what the hell was so funny. Like, she felt like she was in the danger zone from losing Nick, because she already felt played before Bella left. So, she struck past them as they talking or whatever, laughing, giggling. And Nick was telling Iris, like, you know, you're really a baddie or whatever. So Jeremiah and Huda chat about Jeremiah not doing cute gestures and shit for her. And they were kind of just hard to watch after a while. Like, they kept getting into it about just any and everything. I'm gonna put that picture up here so I can see them. That's Huda and Jeremiah. You can't really see her, but they kept getting into it about stuff. So she complained about the breakfast, like he don't be making breakfast for her for real, I guess. I don't know. It was a lot of different stuff. Ace finally takes Shelly on their yoga date, and that was super cute. And in this episode, like, it was just basically Huda and Jeremiah arguing about like the simplest things. Like, they was arguing as if they was already coupled up and married, child. So Iris wants to chat with Jeremiah about his connection with Huda, because she didn't want to overstep, because she did want to get to know him, but she wanted to know like what was the length and the logistics of their relationship. And you know, he lets it be know like, shit, he don't want to sacrifice his relationship with Huda, with his situation. Like, they didn't make it official or nothing, but they definitely was real closed off with one another, and it was obvious in the villa. So Taylor takes Alandria on a yoga date hosted by Austin, and Ace gets to know Iris a little more, seeming more confident. Charlie was making guacamole for Hannah, but Pepe comes and snatches her away. And Austin helps and talks to Charlie about this, because Austin can relate to Charlie when it comes to just being in those love triangles and feeling like you in second place type shit. So that's what that was. So episode 11 was a filler episode, and we skip right along to episode 12, which is back to the villa. I'm gonna change the photo for that as well. It's this one. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me check my phone. 1 second. Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm trying to see, should I pull my little light down? Is this better to y'all? Oh, that's better, I guess. That look cool. That's cool. Okay, y'all. So we're on episode, 12? I called Back to the Villa because they kept doing them damn filler episodes. Okay, so Hannah was bragging about kissing Pepe, and Charlie was like trying to see what was tea about that. That's where we left off with that type of love triangle. So there was a country lumberjack kissing challenge, and the challenge was like, you could go into the room and kiss without anybody like seeing it. Like, they gonna see the person you take in there, but y'all could kiss as long as y'all want to. And I had just seen a clip of it where Jeremiah was kissing Alandria, and he actually just said in a recent interview like, oh, he actually did want to get to know Alandria. So called, I don't know, they say one thing, but on the show it was a whole different thing. Excuse me, y'all. So when he went in there with Alandria, mind you, Alandria got picked hella times for this. This is the episode where Nick was carrying Alandria out, and it was like that perfect little angle of her butt. But when Jeremiah took her in there, he went wild, and he was kissing all wild. But he was saying like he wanted to prove he wasn't lame, and he wasn't just trying to be closed off, because everybody was pressed about what him and Huda had going on. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, he just wanted to turn it up a notch. So Charlie tried to fuck with Amaya, but Amaya said her and Hannah was super close, because they came into the villa together as new bombshells. So she was hurt about that. Like, she was crying and shit. Charlie felt real bad, because he wasn't trying to keep his options closed. Like, yeah, he was getting to know Hannah, but Hannah was getting to know Pepe, and she really liked Pepe. She liked Pepe more than she liked Charlie. So I understand what Charlie was trying to do. Hannah and Charlie have a convo, and I feel like I said, Hannah is head over heels for Pepe, and that's what I put in here. I said, bro, I was so tired of Huda throughout the whole season. We had so many chances. I was tired of her too. It was like at a point where I'm like, bro, she keep nagging and just being mad around the villa, or every little thing was aggravating her. She was like, I don't think she was ready for what was to come with the show. Like, I don't know. I don't think she was ready or healed enough or strong enough to be on the show where it's like, you're dating someone, and yeah, y'all could close off, but y'all gotta do challenges. Y'all gotta kiss. It's gonna be new people that come in. Like, you can't be tweaking, you know? So Ariana comes in, and she says America has voted on who the new bombshell should couple up with. So Jalen couples up with Alandria, leaving Taylor single, and Pepe couples up with Hannah, leaving Charlie single. And I feel like Hannah was happy about that. I don't care what nobody say. Where we at? Iris couples up with Jeremiah, leaving Huda single. And Huda was like, y'all remember that? Huda was mad as fuck. She was like, what the Huda was sick, baby. She was like, so Amaya's like boohoo crying, like, no, we can't send somebody home because one person had to go home. Amaya, I love Amaya, but that girl was crazy. Um, so Charlie ends up being voted off by the couples who didn't get split up. And Hannah was very upset about that. Like, all the Islanders was hurt about that. And that was kind of sad, I guess. Because Charlie ain't really get a chance to, I guess, explore his connection. And that's when we hop into episode 13, where it's like all the dudes was getting into it with Jeremiah because they felt like, dude, if anybody should have went home, it should have been you, because you fake closed off with Huda, and it's like you're not exploring no other ladies. That's how they took that, and they had got into it bad. Like, Ace was talking a lot of shit, Jeremiah was talking a lot of shit. It was a lot going on. My bad, y'all. I'm not trying to make it too dark in here. I want y'all to see me. So Austin talks with Jeremiah, and Austin thinks that Nick is a follower and Ace is the ringleader. And up at that point, I did kind of agree with what Austin was saying, because I'm like, it did seem like everybody was just going with what Ace had going on, even though he kind of just took over the room, or took over the group of guys, I guess. It wasn't even in a negative way. It was just on some shit like, hey, he was spontaneous. He was like probably the most wild, outgoing person, him and Nick, for real. I feel like everybody else was kind of either chill, or they was just like with the shits on some low-key shit. So, but I get what Austin was saying, but I feel like Austin should have vocalized that to them, like, in front of everybody. Like, Austin, I tried to like Austin real bad. I did, but he seemed to be just, he want to voice his opinion when nobody's around. He'll voice his opinion on one person that has nothing to do with nobody else, but not voicing it to the people he's talking about. So Ace was talking mad shit, being passionate about what happened, and Huda pulls Ace for a chat, asking him, like, is there anything she should know about Jeremiah? And he basically just said, it's a red flag that he closed off with you so early. Like, just, you know, you don't have to be moving too fast. But she let him know why she was closed off. It was because she's a mom. She don't want to be just hopping around mingling with all the dudes, and it's like, you know, she just trying to secure her little connections with the person she shared her personal information with, type shit. So Jeremiah chats with Iris to see where his head is at, and Huda was upset that Jeremiah ain't check on her the whole time. Like, the whole time when it was like, you or Huda should have went home, and everybody was on their ass. Well, not even the ladies, but all the dudes was on their ass. She was upset with Jeremiah, because Jeremiah really ain't say shit to her the whole time that went on. I was kind of like, why he ignoring her? Like, why he mad at her? As if she, I don't know. It was weird. So all the new couples, right, that got coupled up with the bombshells, which was, I'm gonna change the picture for y'all. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay. Oh, that ain't a good one. We're gonna do the boat one. Okay, you can't even see everybody. But yeah, so all the new couples that couple up get a text at 5 a.m. to go on a boat ride, on a triple date. So it's Alandria. Oh, I can't even show y'all. Alandria, Jalen, Iris, and Pepe, and Jeremiah, and, oh wait, Hannah and Pepe, and Jeremiah and Iris. So they went on a date or whatever, and that's when Huda woke up. Like, she had woke up Taylor and was like, I think they went on a date with those new fucking bombshells. And Huda was tweaking this day. She was walking around the villa mad as fuck, sitting in the corner mad as fuck. Like, I heard she was in that bitch slamming drawers, slamming pots and pans, like, shit going on. So they looked real good. I feel like everybody looked good. Alandria looked real good. Like, the pictures ain't do her no justice, bruh, because she looked so good. Ace has a surprise for Shelly. It was ping pong and pancakes. That was so cute. Huda was listening to Jeremiah convo, and she went off calling him all type of names, like all type of bees and all type of stuff. Jeremiah and Huda finally sit down to talk after Huda cried all day. He didn't check on her at all, so I understand why she was upset. And that's how I on my phone. Okay, there we go. Okay, y'all. Now we um toxic love. Let me change the picture for y'all. Um, was that the picture I used? Okay. You can't even see the other person. This is a picture of Amaya and Shelly. But that's Amaya for the people who don't know. Because y'all probably like, who the fuck is Amaya? Um, turn this ear back off. Okay. So, Huda wants nothing to do with Jeremiah at this point. Because at this point, he had no accountability. Like, it was no accountability. Um, Austin claims he kind of wants to end this love triangle he has with Shelly and Ace and him. Taylor wants to try rebuilding his connection with Alandria. They take some kissing booth pictures, still gonna act like a couple, even though Alandria was coupled up with the guy Jalen at this point. Huda and Jeremiah are still going hard and back being tied in with one another, like closed off. And they kind of get right back into it. Like it was just toxic. Like, okay, they have a good moment for 2 seconds, then they get right back into it on some toxic shit. Oh, excuse me, y'all. So Austin and Amaya go for a chat and they're really enjoying each other. Ariana, which is the host of this season and probably possibly other ones. This is my first time watching Love Island. But she said it's time for the recoupling. So this is the one where the girls go behind the doors right here. And it's like they have the option to lock or unlock the door. So the door is only going to be unlocked if the guy who walks up to the door is the guy they want. So say if somebody walks up to the door but you didn't pick them, when they go to grab the handle, it's gonna be locked type shit. And I'm gonna read the matches off and all that type of shit. So Nick walks up to Sierra's door, they remain a couple. Pepe turns Hannah's door, they remain a couple. Austin walks up to Amaya's door and they are now a new couple. Ace stands in front of Shelly's door and they are finally a couple. Like I was waiting for them to become a couple at this point. Jalen stands in front of Alandria's door and the door is locked. So they are not a couple and Jalen is now single. Taylor goes to Alandria's door and it's open. So they are back a couple now. Jeremiah turns like he was about to go to Huda's door, but instead he goes to Iris' door and now he's a couple. So now Huda and Jalen are now the two singles on the island. Huda runs it down. Like after he picked Iris, she gave all the tea, like saying he didn't like Iris. She wasn't his type. He wouldn't sleep with her next to the bed. Like he didn't want to sleep with her in the bed type shit. It was toxic. And now it's time for eliminations, and they choose who gets to stay, Huda or Jeremiah. Huda or Jalen. And the person that got sent home was Jalen. So right along to so y'all, my sinuses, don't do me. Please don't do me. You hear me sniffing and all that shit. So we move right along to the Body episode featuring Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all love Megan Thee Stallion. And she is my fitness goals. And you know what? I didn't even know that she made this song and it was about Love Island because she was like, a real bombshell getting turned in the villa. Like, girl, you ate that. That's called bourbon. So Huda interrupts Iris and Jeremiah's conversation to talk to him again. And I felt like at this point she was using manipulation. The girls have an intervention with Huda, basically, because it was needed at this point. Like, she was crashing out. And they kind of just reassure her, like, girl, we here for you. We got your back. But stop giving your all into this person, which is Jeremiah. Explore still. Like, be free. You don't have to do too much. So they get a text saying, get ready to get sexy and prepare for Megan Thee Stallion, baby. She walked into the beauty room. She knew all the ladies. Like, Megan was watching the show up until this point. And, yeah, they go turn up. The dude's excited to see Megan. Everybody excited to see Megan. Who don't like Megan Thee Stallion? The bitch is bad. So, round 1 was a tie. Round 2 was limbo. And round 3 was build the new bombshells. So, the girls win. And their new bombshell comes in the house, which is TJ. And TJ is 23. Now, like, names and shit. And then the guy's new bombshell, which was a baddie. A real baddie. Hold on, let me get out the frame right quick. Let me get out the frame. Baby. And she is 24. Her name is Adriana. Dominican. Banging. Yeah. So those was the new bombshells on that episode. And then we move in right along to episode 16, which I called Princess and Prince Charming. I ain't get the names of the real like episodes. If these when I tell him my business, I thought it was perfect. He texted me saying 911. He need this urgent aid. Damn, y'all ain't have to leave now. Come back, y'all. I'm gonna wait for y'all to come back in here and spark my weed. I'm so happy my live went up today. Like, I'm so glad. I'm gonna start going live on YouTube more because y'all really came in here. I had like 20 people at one time. Stop playing. That's a lot for me. Like, I just be like, dang, I really could do it. Even when I see little shit like that, I be feeling like I really could do it. I took a little smoke break. I didn't know if anybody was still in here with me, but thank y'all for watching. Okay, episode 18, which I titled Farewells. We open up with Huda venting to Sierra and Shelly, and they just tell her to focus on her and explore her options and keep attempting to do better because she was crashing out real bad. And I feel like at this point in the show, even the other Islanders was just drained by Huda and Jeremiah's energy. Iris getting friend vibes from Jeremiah, so they both agreed to keep it platonic. He likes Adriana and he kissed her, and Iris also kissed TJ. So they just on some cool shit. Iris is kind of acting funny when Amaya says babe, but Alandria lets her know to just tone it back and not give so much because now I feel like after Ace said that shit, now all the dudes like, oh yeah, she do be saying babe a lot and da 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 da. Like, I don't know. For Austin to say Ace was a ringleader, he sure took heed on how he felt about Amaya for real. So Sierra and Nick, they end up hooking up, like actually hooking up, and they start getting closer. And Nick get a text saying all the Islanders need to gather the fire pit. The girls line up. So there are 5 girls safe and 3 girls who aren't safe. So these is like all the ladies, y'all, because I couldn't even put it up there. The green screen ain't helping. But anyway, so the ladies that's not safe is Amaya, Iris, and Hannah. So they had the least amount of votes, and the guys with the least amount of votes was Jeremiah, Pepe, and Austin. So they sent in 2 Islanders home, and the 2 that are sent home is Hannah and Jeremiah. Yikes, 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 yikes. Okay, now we get into the action-packed shit, where we getting some new things. Like, y'all, this episode, I was in my seat. So I had started watching Love Island way late. Mind y'all, these episodes dropping damn near every day except one day of the week. Bruh. I had to watch hella shit in like 2-3 days to catch up on this shit. So by this time, I was kind of caught up. And, you know, Hannah and Jeremiah are gone. This episode, they're bringing in 5 new ladies and 6 new guys. So all the ladies that was already coupled up with the dudes at the villa, they're going to go to a place, Casa Amor, which is like a different villa. So all the new ladies is real cute. We got Grayson in the green, Clark, Coco, and then we had 2 other girls, which was what was her name? Vanna and Jaden. So all the ladies are cute. The boys excited for the new girls. Now everybody is single again, just like in the beginning. So the girls is already at Casa Amor, while the guys at the villa will couple up with the new girls. And the old girls from the villa that went to Casa Amor are gonna couple up with new dudes. So eventually everyone will be returning to the villa. So the new ladies take their picks on who they want to couple up with. So Jaden pick Austin. Y'all can't see Jaden in the picture if y'all don't know who that is. Vanna pick Ace, who is also not a picture. Clark and Coco both wanted Taylor. So Taylor had just picked Coco for now. And Grayson in the middle, she picked Pepe. So Nick and TJ both aren't coupled up Coco because he only had to pick one, and Clark chooses Nick, so TJ is still single. As they get to know the new ladies, Ace is just like, Where is my Shelly? So first, the boys come in. So we had Elan. I'm about to show y'all the guys. We have Elan. Elan is down here in the right corner with the blue shorts. Brian, 28, the pink shorts, is with the blue shorts. And then we got Zach K with the Zach K right here and Zach C, this guy down here. Wait, y'all can't see him, but he down here, right there. So those are the new guys, and they couple up with the old ladies, as you can see: Alandria, Adriana, Sierra, Shelly, Huda, and I forget who else. So nobody had coupled up with Alandria and Amaya at this point, but then Zach K ends up picking Alandria. So back and forth between Cosla, everyone is getting to know one another. So Alandria and Zach K chat more, and it was cute to me. And this is when Taylor started fucking with Clark. And I know the viewers don't like it, but Clark seemed more like Taylor's speed in a way. I feel like they're both like, seem like quiet, shy, Aki kind of people type shit. So I don't know. I just feel like they fit better to me. Watching it from a real viewer's perspective, like without all the stand shit and the Huda headquarters and all that shit. Like, just really look at the fucking show. So tonight there will be a recoupling. And I feel like Amaya was trying hard as fuck to get picked because she did not want to go home. And I understand, but at the same time, I was like, girl, you asking for it. She chatted with JD, who was with Huda, and Zach K, who was with Alandria. So Zach K and Amaya kissed the soul circle. Zach K was saying he feel like Alandria moved too slow for him. Mind you, this is his first day there. Like, what you expect to be doing, sir? What? Like, I was like, oh, he on that type of time. And like, yeah. So when he kissed with Amaya, you should already know he was on that. He was like, okay, let me go on and couple up with her at the recoupling. Cause what? So, you know, and Amaya told Alandria that happened too. So now it's time for the recoupling. Sorry, okay? I'm chatting with my girlfriend. Thank y'all to my top fans. I just want to give a shout out because I did have some top people in here. We had Bella. We had, you know, it's related. We had Joseph. We had Zane. We had Felicia. And yeah, they said those was the top people, the top fans. So, where was I? Okay, so Ariana pulls up looking real good. She always pull up looking good, the host of the show. And where am I at? Any girl and guy left at the villa will go home immediately. So Amaya stands in front of the fire pit, and they say if you have a better connection with Amaya, please stand up. So did I have those pictures in here? I think I do. Hold on, y'all. So that's Zach K or whatever. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up some more photos, y'all. My bad. Because that wasn't a good one. But, okay. You could just use that for now. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So, Zach K stands up. So now that leaves Alandria single. He stands up saying he has a better connection with Amaya. So, Amaya knows what she was doing for real. Like, she wanted to close off a deal. She wanted to close off a connection with somebody. And I understand because she didn't want to go home. Don't nobody want to go home in the villa. So, you know, she was crying and shit. She was upset. She was real upset that meant Alandria had to go home. And Alandria was just like, girl, it's okay. And she told her, she was like, go sit by your man. Go sit down. So, you know, Alandria did not cry either. She had her head held high because she was like, she always just had to be strong all her life. So she wasn't on that. Zach K tried to talk to Alandria before she got sent home, and she was just like, no, you can save your tears or whatever. So TJ is single and vulnerable, so whoever has a strong connection, please stand up. So this one, it got a little confusing, y'all. Vanna stands up for TJ, leaving Ace single. Coco stands up for Ace, leaving Taylor single. Clark stands up for Taylor, leaving Nick single. So now Nick has to leave the villa. So the two people that go home are Nick and Alandria. And yes, it was very, very sad. But at the end, as Nick is leaving, honey, Alandria pulls up and she's like, "Get in, loser. We're going shopping." But yeah, so they get in the car together, whatever, and they, I guess, didn't get sent home. I was trying to show y'all a good visual of that, but whatever. I'll leave this one up. So episodes 20 through 21, I called the tables turning. So I'm gonna spark my joint and let some people roll back in. Hopefully y'all come back in. By the grace of God, bring the people back in the room. So I'm about to hit my little blunt right quick. And by the way, y'all, I did watch all of Love Island, but I stopped watching after they sent my favorite couple home. I'm gonna tell y'all that. But it was way at the end. Like, it probably was only 2 episodes left. And I know what happened in the last episode. So I'm gonna summarize it by the end. But we are on episode 20 and 21, which I call Turning Tables. So though the people at the villa in Casa Amor think that Nick went home and Alandria went home, mind you, on separate islands, they don't know who went home on the other side. They just know one person went home from each side. So Alandria and Nick go to a little private dinner or whatever, because this was like a plot twist, and they have a conversation about what happened, who's coupled up with who. You know, Alandria give him the rundown on Sierra, that she liked the duty land down here. And shit, Nick give Alandria the rundown on Taylor, how he fucking with Clark, and they like this type shit. So, you know, they get a text and it says they can either remain a couple and go back to the villa together, or they can stay single and go home. Well, wait, not remain a couple, but they could become a couple and go back to the villa, or they could remain single and go home. To the villa, they say, okay, we're gonna go back as a couple so we could stay. And they sneak into the villa at night, and in the morning they wake everybody up. And I ain't gonna lie, this was when Alandria seen Taylor and Clark sleeping together, like actually cuddling. And it's crazy because anytime they was in the bed coupled up, they was not doing that, because they'll show us like when the couples was sleeping. He was not cuddling Alandria, but he was cuddling Clark. So in the morning, Nick and Alandria both wake up and they're like, "Good morning, Islanders." So when they say that, everybody rushed to hug Nick, like all the dudes. Even Taylor jumped right over Alandria to hug Nick. The internet was on his ass. The internet was on his ass. So after that, this is when Clark was mocking Alandria and Nick and was like, "Good morning, Islanders." So everybody was mad as fuck. So Taylor had yet to talk to Alandria, and he claims he was telling Ace, "Yeah, I had more of a connection with Clark than I had with Alandria within 24 hours." Just say you ain't like Alandria. So Alandria, she basically couldn't get any reassurance out of him. He said he couldn't reassure her. And he tells her that they did kiss last night, and he does want to explore his connection with Clark. He told Alandria that. So Alandria wants to explore the connection still, but I don't think Taylor feels that way. For real. Like, he told her he wants to explore, but I know he don't feel that way. And Clark is smiling at the conversation. Like, I don't know. Alandria has hope. So Alandria gets sent back to the villa. Mind you, her original girls, all these ladies, they're still at Casa Amor with the new guys. So they think Alandria went home. They're not going to know Alandria is there until they go back to the villa. So I ain't really like these episodes because it was like Alandria was kind of alone. Like, I feel like the other girls didn't like her and they was against her. Like, I'm sorry. So, Casa Amor versus the Villa Chemistry Challenge. The winner was Casa Amor. It was spicy, kissing, you know, all that fun shit. Nick and Alandria share this crazy kiss, and I think Taylor's seen it. But finally, everybody goes back to the villa. So, episode 22, back to the villa. So when Taylor told Alandria, maybe you're just not liked, I thought that was rude as fuck. But Huda and Chris are vibing. He said Shelly is still his number one, but he likes Huda a lot. I said Bodies was very tea on this episode. Clark says, and I feel like it was the way Clark was talking that was rubbing people wrong, because she told Alandria, she said, hey, before you get comfortable, she said, before you sit down and get comfortable, could we have a chat? And, you know, she kind of just talks to Alandria and let her know, like, you know, it ain't no pressure, like, it's no beef about Taylor type shit, which it shouldn't be, you know. Everybody's there to find love and do their thing, right? So Shelly gets a text and says, you will be returning to the villa tonight and there will be a recoupling. So first the couples from the villa come to Casa Amor. So all the old guys walk in with the new ladies, right? So Austin and Jaden walk in. TJ and Vanna walk in. Pepe and Grayson walk in. Ace and Coco walk in. And Shelly was like, wow. And Taylor and Clark walk in. So they assume Nick went home and Sierra was crushed by that. Then Nick and Alandra walk in and everybody was happy as fuck to see them. Sierra and Nick was making out and I liked them together. I had really liked them together, y'all. Now it's time for the recoupling. Where, as you can see, you have to write names down on these boards here. And if the names match, you are a couple. If they don't match, they didn't pick you. So Jaden wrote down Austin's name. He wrote down Jaden's name. So they are a couple. Amaya stood waiting, and Zach K and JD both stand up, and Amaya wrote Zach K. So they're a couple. Pepe and Grayson remain a couple. Adriana and Brian remain a couple. Iris and TJ become a couple, and he doesn't choose Vanna. Ace and Shelly recouple again, and now Coco is single. Huda stands and Chris, so they're a couple, and Sierra chooses Nick, and they recouple. Last, but not fucking least, Taylor stands up. He has Clark and Alandria, right? The original girl he was coupled up with. Man, tell me why he picked Clark, and then Clark kind of did this evil smile. She kind of did this evil smile, and I hate to say it was an evil smile, but this meme is just hilarious. I don't even know if I have it in this phone. I don't. But it was this little Clark it meme. It's like, you know how they say Clark it, but Clark kind of, when he picked her, Clark was like, she kind of just fell into this evil laugh, man. I don't know. And after that, Taylor had his head down as if he didn't pick somebody else. Like, I understand he probably was hurt. And he probably was like, damn, you know, I ain't want to come like that. But, hey, you made your bed. You know, you got to lay in it. Like, don't be sitting over there all sad. So, that left 6 Islanders single and vulnerable. So, one boy and one girl will be saved tonight. And Taylor was saying, he felt like he didn't want to save Alandria because he felt like she was still going to be trying to explore their connection, and he don't want to do that no more. But anyway, the boy that was saved was Elan, and the girl that was saved was Alandria. So JD, Zach C, Vanna, and Coco have been dumped from the island. Episode 23 was a sunset interview with Coco and Amaya, and I didn't watch that. So, moving right along. This episode was long as freak. I called episode 24 Changing Places, and this was also the heartbeat challenge. The heart race challenge. Something like that. Can't even see the picture. Okay, that's a better one. So, Alandria talks with Sierra and Shelly about all the time she put in with Taylor. And they was all just shocked by his decision as to why he, like, you know, didn't pick her. They was just surprised he picked a actual Casa Amor lady over Alandria because, shit, everybody thought they had a tough connection, you know. It was weird. So Alandria gives them the tea on Nick and what happened for them to get back to the villa and how they, you know, was able to come back as a couple or they had to leave. So, you know, they basically agreed to remain friends, nothing between them. And Sierra was understanding. So Clark was talking to her homegirls, and she was just like, you know, she feels great. She feels amazing, actually, about being picked. And, you know, I was just hating them little side smirks her ass was doing. Them little, I don't know. At the same time, it was funny. Like, so, let me see. Ace was like ready to go to war about Shelly, and he was on that with Chris. Like, he was like, "Is he ready to go to war about Shelly? Cause I'm on that behind my Shelly type shit." And Amaya and Zach are giving very much so. Like, I like them together. Okay. Okay, Nick and Sierra chat about Nick's connection with Alandria, and Nick reassured her that nothing was really going on, and Sierra wasn't upset about that. So Ace asks if Taylor has any second guesses, and he says no, not at all, and brings her breakfast. He brings Clark breakfast right in front of Alandria. But I mean, Alandria wasn't trimming though. He claimed he was still open to exploring the connection with Alandria, but he didn't want to be in another love triangle. I felt like he was just saying that shit just to say it. Like, he did not want to explore Alandria no more. And I said Clark and Taylor, when they chat, they do have this shy little giddy connection about them that I honestly like. I like that for them. I don't know. I'm not a hater. Amaya got a text, and it was the Hearts on Fire challenge, which, as you can see in the background. So, um, you know, everybody dressed up. It was real spicy, kissing, all that. I really liked how Ace, I mean, Clark and Taylor looked. I really liked their challenge. Clark body was T. Um, so the couple who raised the most hearts was Sierra and Nick, to sum it up. So, in this challenge, this was when Huda was dancing on Ace, twerking on Ace. It was ass smacking. It was a lot going on. And, you know, Shelly was upset about that. And this is kind of when the viewers just started to hate Shelly and feel like she was bashing Huda and leaving Huda out and all this other shit, right? And she did not want to talk to Huda. And she was like, girl, I will talk to you another time when I'm not aggravated and upset. But Huda kept telling everybody, yeah, she doesn't want to talk to me at all. Like, she just doesn't want to talk to me. Like, no, she told her, I'm going to talk to you when I'm not irritated because I don't want to say the wrong things to you. That's fair. Like, but leave it at that. And I feel like she's selfish for real, always crying for sympathy and shit. Episode 25, which I titled, Some Shit Just Went Down. Let me change the picture for y'all. Okay. Episode 25. So everybody chats about the convo, of course, and Taylor and Alandria talk, but he keeps saying, like, out of respect for Clark, he didn't kiss her. So he making it be known Clark is where he want to be. And Alandria still feel like she got hope. She feel like it's just a little fling and he just thinking this is what he want. Girl. So Alandria's just confused on what's going on and how he switched up and locked in with Clark. And Shelly gets pulled by Huda for a chat, and Shelly told her tomorrow when I'm not aggravated. And then this is the next day where Nick pulls Elan for a chat, and he's pissed off that Elan lied about making Sierra breakfast in the challenge as well. And Nick wanted to let Elan know, like, he thinking shit sweet. It ain't shit sweet with me. Like, don't do shit behind his back type shit when it comes to Sierra. Nick said he pressed him, and yeah, he letting him know ain't shit sweet. So Huda tries to talk to Alandria, and Alandria gets up and walk away. Oh, so that was that same night. So the next day, Nick and Sierra are going on a date, and they went on a little picnic bike ride. It was so cute. Like, I really like that for them. They had made it official. Sierra did say she didn't feel comfortable that Alandria and him had kissed. She did let him know that at the picnic. But yeah, they ended up making it official and shit. And they told everybody at the island. Everybody was happy for them. And then Huda was talking with Chris, like, basically saying, yeah, I don't know why Shelly's still so mad and don't want to talk to me. Like, maybe if I was uglier or ugly. She said maybe if I was ugly, it would be better. It was just weird. So now we're on episode 26, which I call Stand on Business, because they had to do this like Stand on Business challenge, and it was kind of rude. People was falling out, y'all. It was a lot going on. So Sierra and Nick are chatting about their newfound relationship they just made official. Amaya is pissed because she still feel like so single inside, even though she is coupled up with Zach. Amaya has yet to receive the energy back that she has been, you know, yearning for, and it's really sad. Like, I felt for her in that moment. Pepe says he doesn't feel a spark with Grayson at all, and he really misses Hannah. Him and Hannah, they did, you know, be intimate or whatever, so they had like a little deeper connection. Now the Islanders will see what the viewers think of them. They need to write what's on their chest and stand on business for tonight's challenge. Zach wrote a terrible note saying that Amaya does a lot, and this is Amaya here for if you don't know. And that really hurt Amaya's feelings because he said she moves too fast, all this shit, and she was hurt because why did you wait to get in front of everybody to tell her that? Pepe tells Grayson he doesn't want to continue anymore. Austin says Ace is a ringleader and controls the boys and how they did Jeremiah. Austin is being checked and exposed for all the bad he said about Amaya, and he tried to deny it and was really denying shit and copping pleas when it was the dudes and when Ace was checking him in this moment, but tried to get into it with Amaya and go off on her and dog her and shit, and it was just weird. Like, that was whack. So Shelly reads her card and Ace kind of gets into it about boundaries, I guess. Huda stands and she switch up saying she only brought Kiss back for Shelly, but she really didn't, and I don't think she did. Huda can't take the real, and I want people to stop calling Shelly and Alandria bullies because they are the black girls on the show. That's what I felt in that moment. I'm reading what I wrote in that moment as I was watching these episodes. Alandria exposes that Huda and Chris kissed in a speakeasy because they had like these secret rooms, the speakeasy, soul circle, all this shit. Alandria reads Clark notes, and they just had an understanding again. And Taylor is next, and he's claiming he's still gonna fuck with Alandria, but that's a lie, and everybody sees it. He openly picks Clark and knew it, and was sending Alandria home at the last recoupling, so she let him have it. And she was like, "If you want to pick somebody, choose right now." And he was like, "I did choose. I choose Clark." Like, that shit. Ooh, he was irritating me bad, y'all. He was irritating me so bad. And now we're on episode 27, which I titled this episode Make It Make Sense. Because make it make sense, y'all. So the guys process how this whole situation just happened, and Taylor says it's his journey too, not just Alandria. And I understand exactly what he's saying, but he really played crazy with Alandria, and you could tell he was fucking with Clark more because he was like standoffish from jump. And soon as Clark come around, he doing all this other shit and would say, yeah, he's still interested, but that was the lie. He was not interested in Alandria no more. I don't care what nobody say. So Alandria gives Clark a little bit of advice saying be mindful of Taylor and don't just like put all your eggs in one basket and lock in with him because you see what happened with me. That's basically what she said. And Clark was just like, you know, she took it. Amaya is hurt by the guys trying to play her like she's extra and too much, and I feel like they're easily manipulated to stay away from her because Austin and Zach, in my opinion, they did fall for her, but they backed out of it because they just was listening to what other niggas had to say and other people in the villa had to say. Shelly vents to Alandria, upset about Ace. Next morning, Ace and Shelly ain't talked, but he did make her breakfast. Huda talks with Alandria. Huda feels like nobody has her back or wants her around. And Alandria apologized. Her and Shelly end up having a conversation. They all apologized and made up. So why was the fans still just tweaking and going crazy? I don't know. In the midst of this one I found out Sierra had got sent home for saying a racial slur. Zach pulls Amaya for a chat, and they was getting into it. Like, she told him to F off, and she did not want to talk to him, you know, and don't talk to him. Pepe tells Grayson again, like, he don't feel a spark between them. It hasn't hit at all. And, you know, he's just giving her clarity on that. Huda and Shelly, this when they finally talk, and Shelly explained the whole "this is for you" thing was repetitive and annoying. You know, they made up. They still said "I love you." It's gonna take a while to fully recover, but you know, they still got love for one another for sure. So I just don't understand why the fans were still on Shelly and Alandria ass the way they was. All the memes they made, racist memes and shit, like it just went far. Um, so Taylor and Clark both say they happy with one another and the choices they made. Clark is really, you know, happy with Taylor, and I feel like they don't deserve all the hate that they was getting on the show. And now after the show, you will see people online like, "Oh, I'm starting to like them. I actually like them." Like, bye. Clark gets a text, and the challenge is hosted by Ariana, and it's called the Burst Your Bubble, Hate to Burst Your Bubble Challenge. So this was like when America voted, and we controlled shit, if y'all didn't know, or even if you didn't know. Okay, let me make sure everything good. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm sitting in the car, so I'm just checking my surroundings. So, it says rank the boys from most genuine to least genuine. And let me see. Most genuine was Pepe, and I think least genuine was Taylor. And Taylor and Clark kept getting voted least in these challenges because America just hated them because of what happened with Alandria. Best boyfriend material was Pepe, least Taylor. Rank girls the most, you trust the most, and least. Amaya was the most, Clark least trustworthy. Rank the girls most genuine, Amaya most genuine, Clark least. Rank couples who you would go on vacation with first the most, and it was Amaya and Zach. So Huda and Chris, Iris and TJ, Jaden. Okay, so we had to vote people out. Only one person stayed. The person that stayed was Taylor. All the people that went home was Adriana, Grayson, Jaden, TJ, and Austin. And yeah. Okay, so episode 28 was crashing out. After eliminations, Iris was very upset TJ got sent home. Clark and Taylor talk, and Taylor hates how much Clark is getting all this hate and shit like that. And, you know, it's sad. Shelly says Ace is great boyfriend material. And Alandria was hurt by Sierra's vote because she only voted to save Taylor because of Nick, which I thought was stupid. Brian wants to explore Amaya. Amaya talks with Clark about last night and just how she's going to remain her loving self and just be herself. And someone who loves her will, you know, find her. And I agree with that. It was a cute little crash out challenge. They had fun. It was lighthearted. Chris and Shelly break it off and says she's got a good connection with Ace and he has a good one with Huda, and they leave it at that. Amaya chats with Amaya in her moon dress, putting the moo moves on them. And yeah. So episode 30, because 29 was after sunset. This was the episode where Elan and Zach got sent home. And let me update the picture for y'all. I'm almost done with this review, y'all. I'm so tired. I'm ready to go in the house. But y'all, I had filmed this review on my phone, edited on my other little phone, and I couldn't export it or upload it. And I paid for more storage. I still couldn't do it, y'all. So that had pissed me off. So, you know, Taylor is doing a date for Clark, and they make it official. Sierra had got sent home this episode due to her racist comments that she made, I guess. Brian and Amaya talk, and they kissing and shit, and he fuck with Amaya now. I feel like everybody started fucking with Amaya after she got most picked, like most genuine. So episode 31 was baby fever. This one they was doing this little baby shit, and basically the couples had their babies. The guys did like a little foot race where they was having dad day, and the girls had brunch, and everybody just had these little fake little babies. I love the part with Iris and Pepe, because they named their kids, they little baby dolls, Lois and Peter. And he was like, what can I say? I'm a family guy. Like, I love that part. So the next episode is Love on the Titanic, baby. So Brian and Amaya are the couple that got sent to the private hideaway for some alone time, and they returned. They had a really nice time. The dudes was hooping, and Chris said this the most time he had fun at the villa was when the family came in hooping. So you didn't have no fun with Huda? Anyway, Taylor prepared this cheer with all the guys to make it official with Clark, and they make it official. He really showed a different effort when it came to Clark versus Alandria. So Chris asked Huda, why you don't feel comfortable kissing me in front of the people in the villa, but you feel comfortable being intimate with me when everybody go to sleep and we all sleep in the same room in different beds. So they have a fight about that. And Pepe gets a text. Everybody gather the fire pit. The couple with the least amount of votes by America gets sent home. And we all knew who that was going to be, Clark and Taylor, because America hated them by this point. Episode 33. This was the last episode that I had recorded in my phone. So I'll make this shit short and sweet. My favorite couple got sent home, y'all. My beautiful little Shaylas. My Shaylas had got sent home this episode. I believe they got voted off by America as well. The last bottom 4 couples was Iris and Pepe, Nick and Alandria, Huda and Chris, and Amaya and Brian. Our winners of Love Island was... Oh, I ain't even got the picture in my phone, but it was Brian and Amaya. Yes, clock it. These was our winners of Love Island. I stopped watching because they sent home Ace and Shelly, and I was very hurt about that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't watched the rest of it. I'm looking forward to the reunion. And my honest opinion was it was a decent season. To me, it was kind of long-winded. I feel like it should be an age requirement for voters now. You got to be at least 21 or something. We got to upload some ID or something. Or it shouldn't be no more American voting, because that shit was just tragic. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you for everybody who stopped in here. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. Please leave a like, a comment, all of that, y'all. And I will be dropping again. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.